Well, good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Business Strategies Made Simple. Today is Tuesday, January the 2nd, and what better place to be than somewhere that is going to tell you what to expect? Oh my God, for 2024 as it pertains to your 2023 year tax returns. And so we're going to talk about these mindset shifts and all of that as we are navigating through. I'm going to put you all on mute for a few minutes. Let's go ahead and invite some more people to the room, and I'll see if we can get the Millionaire Mentor into the room. Hang on. Well, welcome to Business Strategies Made Simple. The here's what to expect for tax season 2024. We won't be probably won't be in here that long as I am seriously multitasking today. Um, but one thing I know for sure is this: every year, the same time, every year, the same time, concerned about our taxes. Others of us are, some people are excited about their taxes, but you may not know the different changes that have taken place as you prepare for your taxes for 2024. And there are a lot of changes. Some things that were put into place years ago are just now coming into fruition, if that makes sense. And so we're having to, um, I don't want to say suffer, but suffer um, behind some of the decisions that were made a couple of years ago when the previous administration was in office. And so, because of that, we don't want you to go and complete your taxes and expect one thing and it be something else. I remember when they changed the status from um, when it came to your tax write-offs and how much you could write off on your taxes, as far as if you did a Schedule A, all of your personal expenses and everything. They made a lot of changes. I remember when they made that change that it was just a certain amount. And so when people would come into my tax office, they would be like, oh my gosh, XYZ, one, two, three. I'm not getting them, a certain amount of money back, and you're not doing my taxes right. And it was really, really hard because people still think they know the tax industry and they know what's going on, and they just don't, because things change all the time. And so as a tax preparer who I enjoy doing taxes, but that was one of the things that really, really irritated me a lot, because they make changes and there's nothing that we as preparers can do to the changes that they make when it comes to tax season. But we are coming up on, I think it's January 31st is the deadline, that if you have, you've hired somebody as a 1099, or you are a 1099, that is the date that you're supposed to get your actual W-2s, or the last date that you can get your W-2s. They're supposed to be out, or you could face a penalty for that. So I don't know about you and what you got going on in your business and what that looks like for you, but you want to take note of all of these things. And typically they're supposed to be mailed out to you. Your W-2s are typically mailed out to you by a certain time. Now, there have been some changes that have been made in how people do all of that stuff. There's absolutely nothing that I can do about it, nothing that you can do about it. You just have to wait and check with your human resources department. A lot of you started businesses this year as well. So don't forget, listen, don't forget that if you have a business and you have a you made over a certain amount, that you will get a 1099K. And that 1099K is what they're going to use to they'll send the 1099K directly to the IRS. So if you make over so much money on Gumroad, over so much money on even your Cash App. Oh my God, let's talk about that. Even your Cash App, if you make so much money, you're going to get a 1099K. And what's going to happen is, if you don't include that in your taxes, you will get a message, a nice little message from the IRS saying, "Hey, you did not include this in your taxes." Now, that's going to be a problem because it can pause or hold up your tax return. So if you're not, you know, completing the necessary forms, or making sure that you have the necessary forms, it could hold up your refund if you're expected to get a refund. So you want to pay attention to that. Um, there are a few deadlines that you want to know about. The tax deadline is April the 15th. For 2024 is actually April the 15th. And now you can file an extension, which will give you an additional 6 months. And that deadline is going to be October the 15th. And so you can file an extension. And of course, you can file a late tax return without an extension. If you don't owe taxes or you expect a refund, you may not owe a penalty. But if you owe taxes, which I think is crazy, they're going to make you pay a penalty for filing late. There's been a few different things in the standard deduction threshold for 2023. It is 13,000 for a single filer. So if you have, that's a standard deduction. They give you credit for $13,000 worth of deductions. And then if you're married, it's $27,000. But you may want to file, your stuff anyway to see. Sometimes we still have the earned income credit. And the earned income credit, if you have earned under $63,000, you can still earn income credit. And it's $600 if you don't have any dependent children, $39.95 if you have one qualifying child, $66.04 if you have two qualifying children, and then $74.30 if you have more than three qualifying children. So for those of you who have dependents that earn income credit that make under $63,000, um, you still get that earned income credit. $600, $39.95, $66.04. And then, of course, you still have the child tax credit, and it is worth a maximum of $2,000 for the child tax credit. You're allowed that a maximum of $2,000. Now, here is the deal. In order to claim child tax credit, child tax credit, you have to have a kid under the age of 17. But some of that goes a little bit differently if you have a different dependent. I know you're able to get a different credit if you have a family member or somebody who's disabled and you've been taking care of them. And so I just wanted to, Brian's not going to be able to be on. I just wanted to hop on and continue the conversation. Tax season 2024, number one, the tax deadline is April 15th, 2024. You can file an extension up through October the 15th. You can file, you won't get a penalty if you owe money, which I think is interesting. Also, your standard deduction threshold has changed. So 13,850 for single filers, and then $27,700 for those who are married. And then the earned income credit. If you have younger children, $39.95 for one qualifying child. This is if your income is under 63,000, $66.04 for two children. Like I said, I just wanted to hop on and continue the conversation. Um, there are some, if you want to do, I don't recommend you doing your own taxes, but if you want to do them, you can go on the IRS website and different websites. If you're active part of the military, National Guard, there are people that can do your taxes for you and would do them at a discounted rate. Um, one of the things that I want you to be cautious of in this season is for those of you that have businesses to make sure that you are in right standing with your businesses and making sure that you are properly accounting for the things that you're doing in your business. That's really going to make a difference, especially for the years to come and what's coming up. We don't know what's going to be handed down the pipe. We have no idea what's coming down, whether they're going to get funded, what they're going to do. We just know that we want you to make sure that you are in right standing with your LLCs and all of that for your business and for those that will be starting new businesses this year. Does anybody have any questions? Any questions? All right, well, that's my little 2 cents on the tax season, what to expect. I gave you a couple of just small nuggets. The deadlines now, because sometimes they're like, it's sometimes in April where you know the exact deadline now, also the extension deadline. And I do encourage you that if you need an extension, to file an extension. Most people file. I mean, I file them for my clients for free. Most of you know I have a tax business. I've been doing taxes since 2012. I was doing it full time starting in 2012, and now I have my own business. I've been doing my own for I think this may be my 4th year. I don't advertise it a lot just simply because I keep up with those who are, those that the clients that came along with me. But yeah, I enjoy the fact that I can give y'all this wisdom. And I also enjoy the fact that I get to do my own taxes and send them over to my accountant and be like, is this right? Double check this for me. Just because I love to keep up with my own skills, on my own training and stuff that I have to do as well. And I know I don't talk about it that much because I would rather you go to Brian or somebody to deal with your stuff. I just pretty much deal with the clients that I currently have. I don't mind answering some questions if you have them, but I pretty much deal with the clients that I currently have. Listen, I know this has been a quick room on today. I look forward to seeing some of you tomorrow for the mastermind and also for the mastermind meeting. And also, did the email go out? Did y'all get an email about that? Did that email go out? But anyway, the mastermind meeting on some. Are we doing that tomorrow? Anyway, I'll look and see what my calendar is, y'all. I got a 5 million things going on. But what I do know is that I'm excited about this upcoming year and all that we are doing and the meetings that we do have coming up. Remember the goal setting on Sunday? I'm excited about that. And I may even take a couple of questions. Not real sure, but I may be able to take a couple of questions from you all as well. Listen, thank you all so much for joining on today. This room will be closing in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Make it a great day. Bye.